All right, YouTube pool owners, you've seen other videos where people are trying to keep iron out of their pool. And they get these 5-gallon buckets and fill it up with pillow stuffing, and they cut holes and fabricate intake and output seals and stoppers, and it's a big pain in the ass. If you want to keep the iron out of your pool, don't try to filter it out after you put the water in. Filter it out before you put the water in. You can use one of these double cartridge filters. This has the kind that uses 10-inch cartridges. They make bigger ones that have 20-inch cartridges, where this thing's 20 inches long instead of 10. And you can also buy these filters that you screw on the end of your hose that are specifically made, for filling your pool. And I've used those before, but the thing I like about those purpose-made filters, you can't look at them and see when they're full. They just say on the side, 10,000 gallon capacity or 5,000 gallon or whatever it is. With this thing, if you want to see the state of your filter, just unscrew the canister and you can check it out. I recently had to add about 3 feet of water to my pool after the big Texas freeze busted all the plumbing in my pump house. That was a lot of water. And that's what I kept out of my pool. That's what it looked like when it was new. Let's look at the other one. This one came out of here. Well, I don't have the special wrench handy. They make a wrench that goes on here, but I'm sure it looks exactly like that one. This contraption is specifically designed for garden hose fittings on both ends. A lot of these double filter things come with different kinds of piping, different size diameter pipe, different threading. But this one is designed for a garden hose, and that's what I use to fill my pool, is my garden hose. So if you get one of these, this one is made for RV use, and I got it on Amazon. So look for one that specifically says it's for RV use, and the fittings are for garden hose threads. That way you can keep all that out of your pool before you put it in, not jerry-rig some pillow stuffing 5-gallon jug after the fact. And I'm fixing to go get the wrench, open this up, and put in 2 new fresh white ones because I'm going to be topping off my pool from time to time now that I've got it refilled. I have no idea what the gallon capacity of these things is. All I know is it's easy enough to unscrew it and take a look at it. And these things are cheap. They're not expensive at all. So that's going to be my pool fill system from now on, right there. I actually have a dedicated line that runs right into the wall of the pool, but it shoots water into the pool from the well, and that's water from the well. So I'm not using that dedicated line. I'm going to filter the water and then put it in the pool. Okay, here's what it looks like, how it's meant to be used in an RV. It's got this bracket. You can bolt it to the wall. So the top assembly is bolted to the bracket or screwed to the bracket. That's how it fits in an RV. I just lay the thing on the ground and dump it into my pool. There's the wrench it comes with. I already pre-loosened it off camera. I actually use a filter just like this. It doesn't have garden fittings, it has different fittings, but I use this exact same setup to feed water into my ice maker in the house. And those ice makers are expensive as hell. $1,700 or maybe something like that. And we went through several of them in several years because the plumber plumbed it to the hard water line instead of the soft water line in the house. So we crapped out a bunch of ice makers, but I got a system almost identical to this, except the cylinders are clear. They're transparent. You can see right through them. and I filter the water before it goes into the ice maker. And that ice maker has been purring along nonstop for years now, making beautiful ice, no problem whatsoever. We're also fixing to install something quite like this for the entire house. We're going to put a whole house filter ahead of the water softener out there in the garage where the water comes into the house, because that same iron I showed you before was going through all of our plumbing in the house, and that stuff was clogging up the inlets to the dishwasher and the washing machine and the faucet aerators and every other darn thing. If I can pre-filter all that crap out of the water before it goes into the house, before it goes into the water softener, we'll have much nicer water, and I won't have to fool around with unclogging appliances all the time. So there's the 2 cylinders after putting 3 feet of water in my pool. And that's all the stuff that did not go into my swimming pool. And there's the thing in action. That's crystal clear water coming out of there. You probably can't see that, but it is. I captured some of it in a glass vessel, and boy, that is clear water.